So, are we live? Are we live? Talking of the game that ended 3-0 to the Arsenal. We are just gonna have a look if we are actually live or not. Let's have a quick look. I think we should be. Leave it in the comment section down below. It should be live. Hopefully we are anyway. But let's start the timer. Hopefully we are anyway. Let's start the timer. So, match has ended and we have beaten, who have we beaten? Molde, 3-0 away from home in the Europa League. Now, again, I have to say, overall, a very good performance from Arsenal. Defensively, I think we didn't look shaky, but as the comments rightfully say, it was the story of Florian Balogun, who stole it, who came on. Let's just see the minute he came on. We're going to have a quick look at the stats later on. But he came on, let's have a quick look. He came on in the 82nd minute. In the 83rd minute, he gets on the score sheet. And the assister, Emil Smith-Rowe, who came on in the 75th minute for Joseph Willock. And a brilliant performance from all. And it was just a good performance. And we got the job done. And we are now through to the round of 32 in the Europa League. And, you know, sometimes in these games, you don't have to be very good, but we were very good. And Pepe, another player I want to talk about. Obviously, we'll go through the player ratings in a bit, but Pepe is another one. We'll bring his picture up as well. Why not? Nicola Pepe, he was brilliant today, wasn't he? Nicolas Pepe obviously got red carded in the game against Leeds, but then he turns up with the goods, 1 goal, and did very well. Sorry about that. But I think, yeah, Pepe, he got red. It's so unfortunate with Pepe because he's done so well, but then got the red card against Leeds, and he'll be out for 3 games. But playing in the Europa League, getting the minutes, playing against the worst of opposition, it's doing good for himself, I think. But again, we'll miss him. Another comment here: Balogun deserves more game time. Yes, definitely agree with that. Balogun is a very good player, and I think we have to be giving him more game time. And we are gonna get into the player ratings in a bit, but I do want to have a quick look at the match stats. So we're going to bring that up. But while we bring that up, the other scorers in the game were the first scorer. Who was the first scorer? I keep my memory is so bad. But Nicola Pepe scored the first one, obviously in the 50th minute, before Reece Nelson from a assist from Joe Willock scored the next one. That was the first picture you could see on the screen. And yeah. And obviously Balogun scored the third. But we are going to have a quick look at the match stats. We'll bring this up, we'll share the screen as well, and you can have a look at that. And there we go. Let's go down. There you go. Okay, we can do this now. Share the screen. Let's bring this up. Sorry if I'm a bit slow on this today, but we have brought this up. Okay, there you go. Then have a look at the match stats. So we had 19 shots to their 11. Our 8 shots on target to their 1. 51% possession to them. So they had more possession in the game, but to be fair, we played a much better game, I have to say. But very surprising stat, that one. The fact that we only had 51% possession. Sorry, they had 51%, we had 49%. But the passes, they had 499, we had 481. Pass accuracy, they had 85% to ours, 86%. They had 5 fouls. We did concede a lot of fouls, to be fair, and that was reflected in 9 fouls. No yellow cards, no red cards. 4 offsides for us. So Balogun, I think, got 1 or 2 of those, and 2 offsides for them. 8 corners to their 7. Looking at the standings for that reason, we are top. 12 points, 4 games played, and we have now qualified for. We've topped the group, essentially. We've topped the group, and we are now through to the next round of the Europa League, the last 32. And that should be very, very good for us. Yes, we have qualified for the round of 32. Pepe, Nelson, and Balogun. Yep, Pepe, Nelson, and Balogun. I knew. So let's get straight into the player rating. So the lineup we did start with was Runarsson, Suarez, MUSTAFI, Luiz, Niles, Pepe, Willock, Xhaka, Nelson, Lacazette, and Nketiah. So we're going to start with Runarsson. Obviously, the players came on were Rob Holding at halftime for David Luiz's injury, Danny Sebas on for Granit Xhaka, Emil Smith-Rowe on for Alex Lacazette, Kieran Tierney on for Joseph Willock, and then Florian Balogun coming on for Eddie Nketiah. We're going to get into the player ratings now. First of all, Alex Runarsson. Runarsson's going to come on, and for Runarsson, I'm going to give him a good mark, to be honest. And I think Runarsson was very good today, and I'm going to give him an 8. Look, he made one mistake. Runarsson, and that's it. But other than that, he was pretty flawless. He didn't have loads to do. I think his distributions was faster than Leno's as well. So I think in that respect, no complaints from me. No complaints at all. And the next one I'm going to go with is Cedric Suarez. I'm going to give him a 5. He did get twisted inside out on a few occasions, but I think overall, on the overall, he was okay. Had an average performance. It wasn't special. That performance wasn't a special performance by any standards. But again, with Cedric, you don't get that with Cedric. With Cedric, what you get is just a consistent average performance straight down the middle with a 5. Next one was Squadron MUSTAFI. Again, with MUSTAFI, there wasn't much to do, to be honest. He had a few opportunities where he could have given it out, given it away, things like that. With MUSTAFI, didn't have much to do, so I will give him a 6. The next one was David Luiz. He only played one half, but I thought he played a very good game. I have to say, Luiz, he was one of the standout players, I think, in that back line, which is why I'll give him a 7. Good clearances. He was doing very well on the whole. And are we guaranteed top of the group? Yes, we are guaranteed top of the group. It's basically 6 points. We're off Molde now, but they have a goal differential of -4. We have goal differential of 10. So not mathematically, but we are top of the group now. It's done. We are top of the group. Not mathematically, but we are. Let's just say that we are top of the group now. But Luiz, as I said, good clearances, good going, and yeah, I'll give him a 7. Ainsley Maitland-Niles again played the whole 90 minutes, and I thought he was very, very good as well. Came up and down the pitch very well. Again, he was playing in an unknown position. Left back isn't his position, and I thought he did very well in that position. Did very well for himself, and I had no complaints with his performance. So I'll give Ainsley Maitland-Niles a 7. Moving on to the next 4 in midfield, and going on to the right hand side, Nicolas Pepe. I'm going along between 9 and 10, but I'll give him a 10. Especially all the criticism, all the abuse he got after that game against Leeds, and I think this performance was just what he needed to get back on terms, and I think he did very well today. Had the Molde defenders on ropes the entire game, and very good from Pepe on the whole. And I want to see him play these Europa League games, especially when obviously he's not going to play in the Premier League. So with Pepe, I'm going to give him a 10. Moving along in the middle, Joe Willock. He got the assist for Nelson's goal, I believe. And again, he was all right, but with Willock, his decision making still not improved. I really like that to improve as much as anything. But again, he still had a good performance, did what he had to do. Still a young player, still has time to improve. So I won't go too harsh on him for now, which is why I'll give him a 7. Moving on, Granit Xhaka. Xhaka didn't have much to do, but he was solid, he was secure. He does what he does. He's average. He's consistently average. That's the problem with a lot of our players. They are consistently average, and then they have one brilliant game, which everyone raves about, or they have one really bad game where everyone kills them for. So it's a bit of a weird one, but with Xhaka, decent performance. Willock got 2 assists. There you go. Willock got 2 assists. But yeah, Xhaka, 6. Left hand side, Reece Nelson. Now for Nelson, I thought he had a good game, to be honest. He did all right. He did all the things he had to do. And along with Pepe, I think he was one of the good players on the pitch, trying to create on the wide areas. And I will give Nelson a 7. Nothing more to say, to be honest, for him. Playing in the number 10 role, I was debating this. It was a dodgy one, but Lacazette, and I will give him a 5. Reason being, he just didn't get involved enough. He did get involved in the second half, where he did actually have a really good shot, which was saved really well from the goalkeeper. But Lacazette, yeah, just a 5. It's just doesn't seem bothered half the time. Maybe I'm wrong, but with Lacazette, I just don't think he's doing enough. And yeah, it's a tricky one. It's quite a tricky one, and Lacazette, yeah, I'll have to give him a 5. But I think he really needs to improve now. He really needs to get his game to the next level, because it's got a year and a half left on his contract, and he needs to start improving his game a bit more if he really wants to get into the first 11 now for Arsenal. And that is Lacazette. Up front as the main striker, Eddie Nketiah, and I will give him again a 5. Nothing special. Didn't put really much of a foot wrong, if I'm honest. Didn't do too much bad for us. But again, with Nketiah, he should have got a goal, to be honest. That poaching goal where who was it shot? Ainsley shot, I think, and then on the rebound he put it in, but it was called for offside. I didn't think that was offside. Some of you may think it was offside. I didn't think so, but Nketiah again, all right performance. Did end up coming off for Balogun, which did help us as well because he did score. Now that means we are going to move on to the subs. First of all, we are going to go with Rob Holding. I thought Rob Holding was really poor. I actually thought he was really poor in that game. I just didn't think he was that good. He got twisted inside out in that game. Yeah, I really thought he did. Got twisted inside out. He was getting beaten by his man. Shots were being taken. More shots were being taken. And overall, I wasn't too impressed by his performance, which is why he's probably not going to be in my starting 11 for the Wolves game. I'll probably put David Luiz in, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I'm not sure how bad his injury is. He came off, with a bad head, if it's concussion or if it's whatever. I'm not 100% sure. But for Rob Holding, I will give him a 3. Next one, Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos did all right. Nothing much to do. So, to be honest, straight down the middle, a 5. Played a good few passes, moving forward in the pitch, doing what you expect them to do as a forward player. And I'll give him as I said, oh my God, why is that coming on? Okay, I'm just not used to StreamYard, but give him a 5 straight down the middle. Next one, Emil Smith Rowe. I thought he played well. He got an assist for the goal, for the Balogun goal, so that's obviously very good. Was very energetic, something we need in the side. I want to see him start the next 2 Europa League games we have, because we topped the group, we're through to the next round. Why not just play a third team in the next 2 games and see how it goes? There's no harm in that. So I will give Smith Rowe a bit above the average. I'll give him a 6, only because of that assist, to be honest. And hopefully he can get some more game time, especially in the Premier League and the Europa League. The next one, Balogun. Brilliant from him, 7. He got a goal and he made some brilliant runs. I think he could have got 1 or 2 more, to be honest. If he stayed on side for one of them, and then maybe a few more other runs he could have had. He could have easily got 1 or 2 more, possibly. I might be pushing it a bit because I quite like the player, but 7. Leave your thoughts as well on the match. I will come to your thoughts about the match in a few minutes. But Balogun, I'll give him a 7, and overall decent performance. I want to see him get more game time. Start him in the next game, Rapid Vienna, and then we will have to see. Ole, 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 says I love the gaming, and we need Pepe to start. And Kyo says I love the gaming, but again, that's the thing is he's suspended for next 3 games, so it's very, very unlucky. Comment here. I got a bit scared with no big names on the bench, but we luckily didn't need them. Yes, that was one thing I was worried about as well. We didn't have, the likes of Aubameyang on the bench. Yes, we did start quite a strong team, to be honest. I think a team strong enough to easily win us that game. But yeah, we got the job done. That's what matters, doesn't it? In these games, you just have to get the 3 points and moved on. Yeah, played really well. Joe Willock. Again, Joe Willock, I said this before when I was doing his player rating, but he takes too much time on the ball. His decision making isn't as good. It's not brilliant. I don't rate his decision making. It's not been good, for a long time. He holds on to the ball too much, but his energy is really good, which is what we need. So that is it for my player ratings. If you have got any comments, leave it down below. Other than that, I've not really got much to say. The Wolves preview. Sorry, yeah, Wolves preview. Oh, my mind's gone a bit of a blank. It's gonna be out tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, any thoughts? Leave it in the comment section down below. Let me know. Yeah. All right. I don't think we've got any more comments, but that is it for today's video. If you want more like live match reaction, they will get better. I'm not used to StreamYard. I'm not intending on using StreamYard when I start my watch longs. If anyone is asking about Basecam or anything, that will start when I do my watch longs. So get the graphics prepared for that. So hopefully that is soon, but we will find out. I don't know. Probably ready for the Spurs game. But again, I'm very worried for that Spurs game. But a quick look ahead to what we have in the Europa League. We do have Rapid Vienna at home, which is going to be with fans, 2,000 fans at the Emirates Stadium for that game, which is very, very good for us. And I'm very excited for that. And hopefully we can get fans back in the ground for that game against Rapid Vienna. 2,000 fans should be very good. And then we finish off a Europa League campaign against Dundalk, which is an away game in Ireland, so not too far again. And hopefully we can see more of the youngsters play. Miguel Aziz, Ben Cottrell, also on the bench, didn't get on to play, but hopefully we'll be looking to play on the next game. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.